Greetings, my fellow free sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitted from the beautiful realms of planet Earth. Today's date is Sunday, July 26, 2026. This is episode 1975. 75,000 non-citizens summoned for jury duty in New Jersey. I'm sorry. Before I proceed, you can follow me on multiple social media sites and podcast channels. Just type in Looky Luck number 3, Looky Luck Roman number 3 eyes, or Looky Luck Roman 3 podcasts. In addition, if you have any questions, comments, recommendations, all that good stuff, whatever you do, please use decorum. Hit me via email to ll3.podcast or proton.me. If you want to donate, go to PayPal.me or cash.app/Looky Luck number 3. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. It is disturbing, of course, but it's very comical. On this article I've read from the Gateway Pundit, some people call it far right, fake news, but, it's just always a genius in the crowd, correct? I want to be actually reading this. I'll give you my input. I'm not going to go too crazy, but it is very amusing. It says here, shocking 75,000 non-citizens summoned for jury duty in New Jersey every year as state voter roll scandal explodes. Approximately 75,000 non-citizens are summoned for jury duty in the Garden State every year, according to the newly disclosed figures from the New Jersey judiciary. The revelation comes as state officials are already scrambling to explain how thousands of self-identified non-citizens were improperly added to New Jersey's voter rolls and how hundreds reportedly cast ballots. You cannot make this up. The New Jersey Globe reported that the New Jersey processes more than 1 million jury summonses annually using records randomly selected from the 3 state agencies, the Division of Elections, the Division of Taxation, and the Motor Vehicle Commission. Peter McAleer, a spokesman for the New Jersey Administrative Office of the Courts, said roughly 20% of respondents report that they failed to meet at least one statutory eligibility requirement. Approximately 1/4 of those qualifications, an average of roughly 75,000 people annually over the past 3 years, were because the recipient was not a United States citizen. Under New Jersey law, only American citizens are eligible to serve on juries. The judiciary insists safeguards are in place to stop non-citizens from actually serving. The prospective jurors are asked about their citizenship and other qualifications when they complete the mandatory jury qualification questionnaire. McAleer told the New Jersey Globe, those who advance are reminded of the eligibility requirements during jury orientation and are directly questioned about their citizenship during jury selection by the judge and as permitted the attorneys, he added. That's like a typical routine. Officials said there's no evidence that non-citizens have served on juries since the additional safeguards were implemented. But that does not explain why approximately 75,000 non-citizens are being swept into the jury summons process every year. It also raises questions about reliability of government databases used to administer elections and jury selections. The Department of Homeland Security amplified the report Saturday, writing 75,000 non-citizens are called for jury duty in New Jersey every year. It's clear New Jersey's government databases are unreliable in ensuring only Americans are participating in our civic institutions. And there's an actual Twitter page on that came out yesterday morning. As the Gateway Pundit previously reported, Democrat Governor Mickey Sherrill recently admitted that a serious software error in the state's motor vehicle system resulted in approximately 6,600 people explicitly indicated that they were not American citizens being registered to vote between June 2023 and June 2024. According to Sherrill, fewer than 400 of those improperly registered individuals subsequently voted. The Justice Department has since opened an investigation into the scandal. Sherrill attempted to blame Edemia, the software contractor that transmits voter registration information collected by the Motor Vehicle Commission, but Edemia fired back, explaining that it merely transmitted the applications and that New Jersey's own Division of Elections was responsible for reviewing the information and determining voter eligibility. The information submitted by Edemia must be still validated and adjudicated by the Division of Elections, the company said, as the Gateway Pundit reported. The jury duty numbers exploded the scope on the same underlying failure, the same polluted government databases that dump non-citizens onto the voters' roll are feeding the jury pools. Voting has no equivalent real-time citizenship verification, automatic voter registration through the Motor Vehicle Commission simply trusts a system that has repeatedly proven it cannot distinguish a citizen from a non-citizen. Micah Razaman, of Rutgers University Rebovic Institute told the New Jersey Globe, the fact that jury selection is now demonstrably contaminated widens the scope of the problem and heightens the need to act quickly and thoroughly to resolve it. Very interesting indeed. This is what you find comical due to irresponsibility. And that's why, like, for example, the great state of Florida have that licenses for citizens and non-citizens. And sometimes I question it, but I'm not gonna refute it completely because look what happened in New Jersey. They don't see it happening in Florida, and there were cases on jury duty that people don't know English and all that, so you always gotta have that in review. You need to tighten the grip up a little bit more when it comes to jury selection. But New Jersey, of all places, has a pretty bad habit too. So, got a lot of issues on this matter. They're just one state for an example. The Garden State needs to do everything on a local level. You can go look at public information and so forth on a few things. Make sure these individuals are, eligible voters and all that, and clean the records. I got to do and the person who leave a state like New Jersey or Florida, don't matter, has to contact the elections. Hey, I'm no longer a resident of that state or live in that city or county. So out of due respect, because things do happen, we all have to take responsibilities for our own actions. But I do find this very disturbing because many people are coming as non-citizens and on jury duty, that's not that good. Very careless under the state of New Jersey, as far as I'm concerned. But it's happening in a lot of other places. But that's probably another chapter of soul searching on the government's duties, including the people who live there, to put them in check. That's why you have your state constitutions. And it's always good to read these things, because you have a lot more power than what those jerk-off bureaucrats have to say. Well, that's just very comical, but disturbing indeed. And let's see how far this goes, see how accurate this information is. Well, I don't want to make this one brief. That will be it. Thank everyone for listening, but feel free to download and share it throughout your social media networks. Any questions, comments, recommendations, all that good stuff, whatever you do, please use decorum. Hit me via email to ll3.podcast@proton.me. If you want to donate, go to PayPal.me or Cash Out @4/local3. If you want to support the Gateway Pundit, that'd be fine. Observe responsibly like everything else you read. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that the Demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love. And may your guardian spirits be with you.